Seek knowledge even as far as China. This hadith is not merely an expression, but also a reflection of the long-standing relationship between Islam and China. More than 1,300 years ago, Arab and Persian traders sailed to the coasts of China, bringing the teachings of Islam, which were gradually accepted by the local population. Over time, Muslim communities grew, establishing mosques, madrasas, and even Islamic villages that still endure to this day. Amid China's rapid modernization, traces of Islam can still be found in various parts of the country. Several Islamic villages have flourished, serving not only as residential areas, but also as centers of Islamic culture and education. The uniqueness of these villages attracts many tourists from different countries, including those who seek to learn more about Muslim life in China. Najiang Village in Yunnan Province is one of the largest Muslim villages in China. Upon entering this village, visitors are immediately greeted by the distinctive Islamic atmosphere. A grand mosque stands majestically in the heart of the village, serving as the center of community life. Its architecture is unique, blending traditional Chinese and Islamic elements. The curved roof, characteristic of Chinese structures, is adorned with beautiful Arabic calligraphy, reflecting the harmony between two cultures that have intertwined for centuries. Every day, the call to prayer, adhan, echoes from the mosque, inviting residents to perform congregational prayers. Surrounding the mosque, halal shops line the streets, offering a variety of traditional Muslim foods such as lamian, hand-pulled noodles, grilled lamb, and Uyghur-style flatbread. The men in this village wear white skullcaps, while the women wear hijabs in various soft colors. Their lives are simple, yet filled with peace. The village children study the Quran at the madrasa, while also receiving a modern education in public schools. Religious and secular education go hand in hand, reflecting the balance upheld by Muslims in China. Aside from Najiang, Donglianhua Village, or Eastern Lotus, is another significant Muslim community worth visiting. This village has a long history linked to the Silk Road trade. In the past, Muslim merchants from Central Asia settled here, building grand houses with impressive architecture. The houses in Donglianhua feature spacious courtyards, intricately carved windows, and large doors that still preserve their traditional design. Each building holds stories of the Muslim traders' past prosperity. The village's residents, mostly Hui Muslims, continue to uphold their Islamic traditions while integrating into the broader Chinese society. They engage in business, agriculture, and participate in China's rapidly growing economic network. Many Chinese people are converting to Islam. In recent years, the number of Chinese people embracing Islam has been steadily increasing. This phenomenon has drawn significant attention, given that China is not a Muslim-majority country. Several factors contribute to this growing number of converts, including interest in Islamic values. Islam teaches simplicity, peace, and balance in life. Many Chinese people are drawn to these teachings, especially those seeking spiritual meaning in a fast-paced and materialistic modern world. Interaction with Muslim communities. Many Han Chinese, the country's majority ethnic group, interact with Hui or Uyghur Muslim communities in their daily lives. Seeing how Muslims uphold strong ethical values in their way of life, many become interested in learning more about Islam. Access to information through the internet and social media. In this digital era, information about Islam is more accessible than ever. Many people discover Islam through videos, articles, or interactions on social media. Some of them become curious, study Islam more deeply, and eventually decide to convert. Marriage with Muslims. Some Chinese people convert to Islam after marrying a Muslim partner. In many cases, they go on to study the religion more deeply and choose to remain committed to Islamic teachings. The Chinese Constitution guarantees religious freedom for all its citizens. Islam, along with Buddhism, Taoism, Catholicism, and Protestantism, is one of the 5 officially recognized religions by the government. However, religious life in China also comes with its own challenges. The government has specific policies regulating religious activities, including Islam. Despite this, Muslim communities continue to preserve their traditions in a peaceful and harmonious manner. In major cities like Beijing and Shanghai, there are many mosques that serve as centers of worship and community life. The Niujie Mosque in Beijing, for example, is one of the oldest mosques in China, dating back to the 10th century. This mosque is not only a place of worship, but also a significant historical and cultural landmark of Islam in China. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Muslim community in China is how they integrate Islamic teachings into local culture. The Hui Muslims, for example, have culinary traditions that blend distinctive Chinese flavors with Islamic halal dietary laws. They also have a unique form of calligraphy, where Arabic script is often written in a style resembling Chinese Han characters. Muslim attire in China also has its own distinctive characteristics. Hui men often wear long robes with simple patterns, while women wear hijabs paired with traditional Chinese clothing. During major Islamic celebrations, such as Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, Muslim communities in various villages hold special events, including halal feasts, communal prayers, and Islamic art performances. All of this reflects how Islam can coexist harmoniously with Chinese culture without losing its identity. A journey to the Islamic villages of China is more than just an ordinary trip. It is an immersive experience that offers deeper insight into the history, culture, and lives of Muslims in the land of the Red Dragon. Villages like Najiaying and Donglianhua stand as living proof that Islam has been an integral part of Chinese society for centuries. Islamic traditions continue to thrive, even amid the rapid waves of modernization. On the other hand, the growing number of Chinese people embracing Islam makes the phenomenon of converts an intriguing subject to observe. With greater access to information, increased interaction with Muslim communities, and a deeper search for life's meaning, Islam continues to grow as an integral part of China's spiritual diversity. The existence of these Islamic villages is proof that harmony between religion and culture can flourish beautifully. In China, Islam is not just a religion, but also a living historical heritage that continues to thrive to this day.
I'm PC Paul. I've been a police officer here for 16 years, and in January I reverted to Islam. Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy. Assalamu alaikum, brother, how are you?
Amid the wave of secularization and the declining interest in religion across Europe, there is one country that is unexpectedly experiencing a spiritual awakening. A nation once known for its grand churches and Christian traditions is now witnessing a very different scene. Mosques are filled with worshipers, while churches are slowly being abandoned. Yes, this is England, the land of Queen Elizabeth, which is now gradually transforming into a more Islamic society. Did you know that over the past decade, the UK has experienced a remarkable phenomenon? Churches are growing empty, the number of Christians is declining, while the number of converts to Islam continues to rise. It is estimated that around 5,000 people embrace Islam in the country every year. In fact, the city of London is now dubbed the most religious city. So, what are the facts behind this? Let's explore together. But before we begin, if you'd like to request a discussion on the development of Islam in another country, feel free to leave a comment below. In 2019, the growth of the Muslim population in the UK reached its highest record in history. At that time, the Muslim population reached 3.2 million people. According to The Sun, in some areas of London, nearly 50% of the residents are Muslim. Based on an analysis by the Office for National Statistics, if this trend continues, the UK could be dominated by a Muslim population within the next 10 years. For comparison, 2011, 2.7 million Muslims. 2019, 3.2 million Muslims. 2022, 3.9 million Muslims. 2024, 4.1 million Muslims. This means that in less than 15 years, the number of Muslims has nearly doubled, according to calculations by the Pew Research Center. Quoted from SaudiGazette.com in an article titled, "Britain Becoming More Islamic, Mosques Full, Churches Empty," it is stated that the face of Britain is becoming increasingly Islamic. Hundreds of official Sharia courts are now operating in London, and hundreds of new mosques have been built across the country. There are reportedly 423 new mosques in London alone, most of which are filled to capacity during prayer times. In contrast, many churches are now empty and lack congregants. For example, St. George's Church in East London, which has a capacity of 1,230 people, was only attended by 12 worshippers during the Eucharist celebration. Meanwhile, St. Mary's Church, with a capacity of 1,000 people, was attended by only 20 congregants. Before we move on to London, now dubbed the religious city, let's take a look back at the history of Islam's arrival in Britain. Islam first entered Britain in the 18th century, brought by sailors from the Bengal region of India. However, the presence of Muslims had already begun to be seen as early as the 16th century during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. At that time, as England was shunned by the Catholic Church of Europe, Queen Elizabeth established trade and political relations with several Islamic nations, such as Morocco, the Ottoman Caliphate, and the Persian Empire. Over time, Muslim diplomats, merchants, musicians, and translators came and settled in London. Then between the 18th and 19th centuries, waves of Muslim immigrants from South Asia, especially from Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh, further strengthened the presence of Islam on British soil. Today, we are witnessing how several churches have been converted into mosques. For example, the Clayton Heights Methodist Church, built in 1870, was closed in 2022 and transformed into a mosque. Hyde United Church was turned into Medina Mosque. St. Peter's Church was also converted into Medina Mosque after being purchased by the Muslim community. What's equally inspiring is the contribution of the Indonesian Muslim community. In the Neasden area of North London, Indonesian residents purchased a former church and transformed it into the Indonesian Islamic Center. The building, worth 27.2 billion rupiah, was officially inaugurated as a mosque on December 4th, 2022. This mosque has become a hub for religious activities, moderate Islamic outreach, and also strengthens religious diplomacy between Indonesia and the United Kingdom. However, the transformation of churches into mosques has certainly sparked both support and opposition. Some see it as a loss of historical value, but we cannot ignore the reality that the number of Christians in the UK continues to decline. According to the 2021 census, the number of Christians in England dropped below 50% for the first time in history. In 2011, 59.3%. In 2021, only 46.2%. Meanwhile, the Muslim population rose to 6.5% of the total population. Today, London is known as the most religious city in the UK. This became even more evident when Sadiq Khan, a Muslim, was elected as the Mayor of London. He made history as the first Muslim mayor in Western countries and was even elected for 3 consecutive terms. Sadiq Khan is known as a human rights lawyer and an advocate against discrimination. He has become a symbol of London's diversity, liberalism, and cosmopolitan spirit. Muslim life in London is now rich and vibrant. Mosques like the London Central Mosque are always bustling with worshippers. Social, cultural, and religious outreach activities continue to grow. During Ramadan, the city transforms into a spiritual atmosphere. Mosques are packed and restaurants stay open until midnight. All of this proves that Islam in the UK is not just present, but thriving and contributing. This is why many refer to London as the most religious city in Europe. May this information broaden our understanding and strengthen our faith. Don't forget to leave a comment and like this video if you'd like us to discuss the growth of Islam in other countries.